them over there, otherwise that will go everywhere. You know how clumsy, you all know how clumsy I am by now, beautiful ones, don't you? You do know, yeah, I've told you so. You've seen me be clumsy on this. You know, you've seen me, guys. You've seen me walloping foundations and dropping stuff and spilling stuff and tipping stuff over and having accidents and walking into things and crashing and stumbling my way through life, because that's just me, beautiful ones, isn't it? Dime qué es lo que esperas. Dime qué quieres ver. 7:30 in the morning, beautiful ones. My mum will be here in about an hour and a half, so I thought that I might squeeze in a quick first impressions of this, which I spent about an hour and a half yesterday looking for in Ely. This is the Lasting Finish 35-hour wear foundation by Rimmel in shade Rose Vanilla. So this one's ideal for pinkish sort of tones. So this will just be first impressions though, beautiful ones, if that's okay with you guys. Are you all right, beautiful ones? Lovely to see you. I hope you're all okay. So yeah, should we dive on in? Let's do it. This is a reboot of the original Lasting Finish version, which lasted 25 hours, the first version did. This version purportedly lasts for 35 hours, but I was thinking last night, you know, why on earth would anyone need a foundation which lasts for 35 hours? It's a bit silly, isn't it? So a bit gimmicky, I guess, but so this is the first impressions, and I won't waffle too much today. Promise, guys, promise. Okay. Now, gorgeous ones, he was £10.99 originally, but if you have a loyalty card for Superdrug, you do get a significant amount off. So I got £5 off yesterday, which means that I actually paid £5.99 for this foundation. It is a 30ml foundation. It says so there. And this is in shade Rose Vanilla. They do possibly around 20 to even 30 shades. And yesterday I watched Wayne Goss's review on the original 25-hour formulation. This is the 35-hour formulation. So don't confuse those guys. I don't know whether Rimmel will still sell the 25-hour version or not. And one of Wayne's criticisms of the range of foundations was the fact that they didn't do that many deep shades. And I actually noticed quite a few deep shades in the range yesterday in Superdrug. So they've obviously expanded their range significantly, which is good, isn't it, guys? So, and he is a full coverage foundation and a lightweight foundation. They are two of the claims, which it just says so there. So without any further waffle, shall I crack him open? And we'll just, I'll put a swatch down here so we can just check for colour match texture, and I'll put some on the back of my hand too. So this is a brand new product. As I said, I only got him yesterday, and this won't be a fuller review. I'll do my fuller review a little bit later on. So I don't know whether you're supposed to shake it or not, doesn't it say? Right, so what I'll do is I'll put some on the back of, here it comes. So there's, right, so what I'll do is I'll just finger blend that. It goes on really nicely, guys, really slippy and slidey. Slippy and slidey. Hang on, I can smell something already. It's got quite a pleasant sort of smell to it, although, nah, I can't see the smell, me getting on with the smell of this at all. It's quite, it reminds me of mushrooms again. What is it with me and mushroom smelling foundations, beautiful ones? It's got it hasn't got the fruity smell of the Lasting collection, you know, the Lasting glowy one and the original one, which I have tried the original one. I should have said that at the start. So that's an application of him on the back of this hand, and that's in shade Rose Vanilla. So again, quite a cool toned foundation. Although that does look a little bit too pale for my skin, doesn't it? It's quite sheeny and there's a bit of reflection going on. And it's dried. It has totally dried, and I put that on about a minute ago. So you won't have that long to blend it in. If you want to have a little bit more time to work on your foundation, do use serums, do use primers, whatever. I don't use primer at all when I'm demonstrating stuff for you guys out there, simply because of the fact that I think that foundations, you know, you need to see how they react or act on bare skin. So that's the only reason I don't use primers, and also I don't actually like primers either. But now, guys, the camera's not showing because of the lights being so bright in here, but it's a very, very good colour match. Actually, it is quite spot on for my, you know, my quite rosy complexion. So what I'll do is I'll just put a small amount on there, and what I'm going to do now is just put a swatch on this side of my face, just so we can see how this foundation blends in with my skin tone. Wow. Okay, so it's gone on. It just glides onto the skin. There's none of that pulling or dragging, although the formulation does dry very, very quickly. Okay. That has basically disappeared, hasn't it? I wouldn't say this foundation is full coverage, though. Possibly medium to full, certainly not full coverage, but The smell's dissipated now. So why do these companies feel the need to? Do you know what I mean? To fragrance stuff to within an inch of its life. There's no need, is there at all? But okay. Yeah, I'm liking this so far. What I'll do now is I'll slap it all over my old face, shall I, and see how it stands, how it looks on the skin. I'll go and get a brush and then yeah, okay. So beautiful ones. Now then, I'll just put a pump and a half on to test this formulation fully for you guys out there. And as I said, this is it's a new formulation. It's a reboot of the original 25-hour lasting foundation. Although, why would anyone need a foundation to last for 35 hours? And 30, it's an odd number as well. Why not 36 hours? Do you know what I mean? It just seems really bizarre to me. It's possibly a you know, a sales gimmick or what have you, but or an advertising ploy or something like that. So. And I'll start on the centre of my face. This is the finish on the skin is very matte indeed. So if you've got dry skin, I don't think this would be for you. Although there's a nice sheen to it though, isn't there? So no, I don't think that, you know, this foundation would be good for drier skin. So oilier skin, definitely. Combination skin, certainly. Acneic skin, I don't know, to be honest with you, because the fragrance in it may irritate sensitive skin and acneic skins. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes fragrances can cause flare-ups in acne-prone skin, can't it? Although it's not that fragranced, although you know, it is pretty heavily fragranced. So can you see I'm holding my brush towards the end as opposed to full on? Because if I held it there and you know, applied the foundation, I'd get fuller coverage. Well, I want more of a sheerer coverage today, so I'm going to hold my foundation brush a little bit towards the end of the brush, and I'm just swirling it. Very, very small swirling motions. I don't know what to make of this stuff. I suppose it is pretty full on coverage, isn't it? But colour match, quite good, I suppose. I mean, do I look like a ghost now, or Casper, or what? Okay, so that's one layer of him on. So beautiful ones. That's one layer of the Lasting Finish foundation in shade Rose Vanilla, and this is supposed to last for 35 hours, although I don't think it would. Do you know what I mean? In fact, I know it won't, because the 25-hour one lasts possibly around 10 to 12 hours. This one would last possibly 15 to 20 to 12, 15 to 17 hours. So again, none of these foundations can actually live up to their claim, especially if you're mixing in serum and primers and moisturizers, because, well, I've said that a million times, haven't I already? So I've got my glasses on. Have an inspection. Okay, yeah, I'm liking the finish of this. It's very satiny, isn't it? And that has dried totally on my face, and I put that on about 2 minutes ago with my stippling brush. I like this area here between my eyebrows. It's very very satiny, and I wouldn't say it's glowy at all, but it's a full-on, you know, it's a full coverage foundation, and most full coverage foundations will give you a more matte sort of yeah, a matte sort of finish, but this has got quite a satiny sort of glow to it. So very natural, very natural on the skin. Yeah, I'm liking this stuff, apart from the smell, obviously, but so beautiful ones. That's our first impressions of the Rimmel Lasting Finish 35-hour wear foundation. As I've already said, I doubt very much of it would last for 35 hours. I won't do a wear test now because I've got quite a busy day ahead of me, and I need to be makeup free today as well. On the skin, it looks very natural, very good colour match. Again, Rimmel have expanded their shade range to be very inclusive. Now, I think there are 20 or even 30 shades in this foundation. On the skin, it doesn't feel very hydrating, although the niacinamide in the formula will help to brighten skin, help to break up any areas of darkness, so age spots, so on and so forth. And it will also help to smooth out fine lines. It won't do anything for deeper lines. So in the hyaluronic acid in the formulation, they're label dressing there, because as I've said, I doubt very much whether there'd be enough hyaluronic acid in this to make a difference to anyone's skin. But price, £10.99 for 30 mils, and this would last you quite a long time, because I didn't use that much on my face, did I? And Wayne Goss's review, which as I said, I watched yesterday, he bought this 12 years ago and it was £5 then. So I guess that demonstrates, you know, how much inflation, you know, how much things inflate. or increase with time. Do you know what I mean? The only drawbacks I can see with this foundation, A, is the fact it dries very quickly, not as fast as some of the foundations I've tried. So if you know, if you're having issues with it, with blending it in, do go in with primer or moisturizer, what have you. And my second issue is the fact it smells quite strongly of quite a sickly sort of scent. But so I doubt very much whether sensitive skin would get on with this, although you may have that sensitive skin which can wear fragrance. And because of the hyaluronic acid and niacinamide in this formulation, it's ideal for drier skins. So if you're after a drugstore foundation, which looks pretty high end, because that does look, it makes my skin look a lot better than it did, didn't it, guys? Doesn't it, guys? And it's made my skin look quite expensive now, which is, you know, something I harp on about constantly. This is a very good foundation, apart from the smell. So that's it for today, beautiful ones. I wanted to be one of the first people on YouTube to review the reformulated version of The Lasting Finish, and I believe I am. There are quite a few shorts on YouTube of this one, although there are no full-length reviews yet, and so this will be the first one on YouTube. If you enjoyed today's review, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Similarly, do consider subscribing and hit the notifications button to all, and all that remains is for me to wish you guys a beautiful Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching.